Hey, what's up guys? Brad is here. I'm going to do a multi-trigger event, and by a multi-trigger event, it kind of sets it up so your bike has to be in a certain position to trigger something, but it needs more than one area trigger or hit trigger. It can be a combination of the two if you want, but for this one, I'm just going to keep things simple. First things first, let's get some ramps out. They are large. Put you there. Put you there. That should be enough, actually. Let's just do one more, just in case. Right, so you want your bike to be in a certain position to trigger something. Let me let's just get into it, shall we? Let's get our triggers. I'm just going to use area triggers. You can use hit triggers or area triggers or a combination of the two. So let's just measure that out so we can trigger it by front and back wheel. And a little far apart. So we'll just bring this in a smidgen, not a lot. I just want it so both wheels are touching. Still not enough. Smidgen more. There, let's try that. That should be good enough. Yes, that's fine. Right. Before we go any further, the triggers. Disable after hit. We need to take that off. Okay. That's basically all we have to do with those. Apart from the triggering part. Disable after hit. We're gonna get a couple of delays. We're going to get some set events. Set value event. I'm going to need 4 of these. We're going to get a variable data source. Only one of those required. We're going to get a generic filter. And for simplicity, we're just going to make a bomb explode, so we'll get a break event. Let's find some explosives. That one will do. Pop that there. So, with the delayed impulses, I'm just going to emphasize the delay up to 3 seconds. We're going to have one delayed impulse going to a set value event. And the other delayed impulse going to another set value event. We want all the set value events set to 1. The first 2 need to be increase, and the second 2 need to be decrease. All of the set value events are going to the same variable data source. The data source is going to feed in to this beauty. So comparison value is going to be, God, what am I doing? 2. And comparing it with that. And if it's true, trigger that. And then that target's going to be there. We're going to start it off by a proper on hit going to the delayed impulse, another on hit going to delayed impulse, and here something different. We're going to go to advanced events and on leave. On leave going to one of the decreases and another, same again, advanced events, on leave going to another decrease. So, now, when we enter that, it triggers. And you can see in the background the variable data source is popping up as 1. but that's because we're triggering one item. When we on leave, it triggers the decrease event and it puts a variable data source down to 0. If you look at the bottom, you've got your generic filter wanting it to equal 2 before it sets the bomb off. So we come over to this one, and again it's setting it to 1, but we've left the other area trigger which has used the decrease value. If we're in both of them at the same time, hold on, there we go, and it hasn't gone off. You know why it hasn't gone off? Because I'm an idiot. We have not powered this beauty. So I'm just going to keep things uniform. I like uniform things. No, that's too messy. I'm undoing that. Let's do this the proper way. Let's get a interval trigger to power that beauty there. So when we get to 2, there we go, it's gone off after a delay of 3 seconds whilst we are in both boxes constantly for 3 seconds. However, we've got a bit of an issue, because if I can get my bike as still as possible. Oops. If we get, well, I can trigger them by like that, and it goes off because we've got a bike and a rider in those boxes. So what we're going to do, this, just going to go to trigger by, remove both of those, and the item that's going to trigger it is the back wheel only. And the item that's going to trigger this one is going to be the front wheel only. So now, if I'm in this, you'll see there's no value going up on that variable data source because it's triggered only by the back wheel. And there we go, it's triggered. But because I haven't entered that other area, it isn't triggering the bomb. Got to have both of them in the triggers at the same time for it to happen. And again, just because I've triggered that back one doesn't mean it's going to stay triggered. If I leave and I'm just triggering the front one, that's where these decreased values come in. So, ignoring the delay for a moment, I've set this up so if my back wheel is in there, I'm increasing the value of the variable data source. And that variable data source is telling this generic filter to go up 1. We need it to equal 2. So, the same again, if my front wheel is increasing that by 1, both of them will add it to 2 and that'll make the bomb explode. If my front wheel leaves, then it'll decrease the value by 1 and it'll set that down to 0. And it's the same with the front wheel. So to put this into an object, say, let us let's just put that there like that, and I don't know, let's just get a simple ramp, shall we? Trials Rising, simple ramp, Medium, will that do? Yes, that'll do. The only way you're going to get something to trigger is if I've gone too far, my front wheel's hanging over the edge, but I'm not in the right position. I need to bring this up a bit so my back wheel will touch it. So it's like here, I'm not triggering anything. No, that needs to go up a bit more. I'm a bad person. So, just doing an example now. Right, okay. Need this to go up a bit more again. So, basically, you'd need your bike to be in this position for several seconds for the bomb to explode. So it's just a way of getting your bike to be in a particular position. And then if you wanted to add like a point-to-point joint on this to make him go up an area, for example, you'd then do whatever code you like. But that's it. I hope I've simplified these things and give you a better understanding on how to make unique obstacles on your tracks by using multiple whatchamacallit. I mean, if you wanted, you could have another event here that would trigger on and it would stay on for amount of time just by using more increases and decreases and delayed impulses. I'm not very good at explaining things, but there's the code on how to set up a multi-trigger event. I hope it serves you well, and yeah, stay safe out there. Bye for now.